What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Arts, and I got another video for you. So, I've actually been thinking about this for quite some time, and there's been a shift. There's been a shift in the cosmos. There's been a shift in the industry. There's been a shift just everywhere, and life has become so much more convenient, so much more faster that it's kind of hard to just go back and do things the old way. Once you get a drawing tablet that lets you, do so many things with your artwork, it's kind of hard to just go back and be traditional. Not that we should abandon traditionalism, but, the convenience is just absolutely undeniable. So in this video, I'm going to tell you of 5 reasons why artists are choosing digital art over traditional art, right? So people are picking up a drawing tablet and just, choosing to draw with a digital pen on their iPads, Samsungs, and drawing tablets, rather than a brush and an ink pen and all that messiness. We're gonna get into that. So let's go ahead and start with the first reason. And the first reason is that traditional art is messy. Look, I've done traditional art. I went to school for art for graphic design, and throughout my high school years, I've drawn with acrylics, I've drawn with oil paints, I've drawn with markers, I've drawn with the color pencils. And as much as I love to draw, because I do love to draw, but one of the things that bothered me the most is how messy art is, and how messy it is using watercolors, how messy it is acrylic oil paints. Like, to set up your workstation actually takes longer than if you were to set up your workstation with tradition with a digital tablet. So with a digital tablet, all you really need is a computer, you know or if you have like an iPad or a Samsung tablet, you can just start drawing. Pick up your digital pen and get started. Open up your software, and that's it. Use your pen. All your tools are right there in the software. So yeah, I mean, it's really hard to compete with that. As a traditional art, you got all these things you gotta get. You gotta get the brush, you gotta get the canvas, you gotta get the easel, you gotta get the water to clean up your brushes. And once you're done, drawing, painting, it's messy. It's very messy. And this is one of the reasons why I think when it comes to traditional art, a lot of people tend to hover towards markers and color pencils because it's just easy to clean up afterwards. Rather than the traditional way of just paints. It's messy, and a lot of people just don't like to clean up. That was my problem. It was just so messy, and I just didn't like to clean up all that stuff afterwards. Reason number 2 is traditional art just takes longer. I mean, come on. Like, the amount of time it takes me to set up my digital art workstation with my tablet and all that in the software and pen, all that stuff, is basically within less than a minute usually. As opposed to traditional art, you gotta get, if you're using watercolors, for example, you gotta get your water, water the brush and do all that stuff, right? And especially if you're using oil paints. Oil paints are so hard to use, right? Or maybe it's just me because I suck at it, but oils not only oh yeah, that's another thing, they smell, like the smell of the paint. Me personally, I have a sensitive nose. I can't just I can't there are some paints that I cannot withstand the smell. I cannot withstand the smell. So, and that's why I tend to hover towards markers and color pencils once again. It's just, and it just takes longer, right? The setup takes longer, in people that like to use like an easel, right? Get those wooden easels up. Man, it's just the amount of time it takes is absolutely ridiculous. And with digital art, you can just get started, and because all your tools, your pencils, pens, brushes are all on the software, like whether if you're using Photoshop, Procreate, Clip Studio, they're all in there, and all you have to do is just switch between when you're painting, not so much when you're drawing. Like, if you're using a pencil and like a micron pen, it's different than when you're using brushes, right? Like using like acrylics, watercolor, and oils. You gotta clean your brush every time you're changing colors. So it just takes longer. It's a longer process. Reason number 3 is undoing mistakes. I mean, this is the sweet part, the most convenient and sweet part about digital art. All you have to do, if you mess up, all you have to do is hit the back button. Control Z, baby. Can't beat that. If you make a mistake with traditional art, guess what? That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and add some color to this beautiful lady here. Right, let's go ahead and add some color. I'm gonna start over here with this one, and I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna go like this, right? Gonna go like this. Crap! It's a freaking marker. How am I gonna erase this shit now? And let's go ahead and increase the size of our brush, and we're gonna color right under the line. Damn it! All right, no problem. Control Z. Problem solved. A mistake is a mistake. There's no going back. I mean, you're gonna have to like color over the mistake. Maybe like, you know, try to trace over it. Try to cover it up with white paint or something. You're gonna have to try to cover it up, and that itself is gonna take up time. So, and I'm not saying, hey, give up on traditional art, but I'm literally just explaining why is just digital art has become so much more convenient, especially if you want to get hired by some of these big companies like the video game companies, animation companies. A lot of it is digital, man. Everybody's drawing on a digital tablet. So, and then not too many people drawing on, you know, paper and pencil, you know, when you walk into the workplace. You know, it's just you can correct yourself much faster, much easier, and it's absolutely undeniable. Reason number 4 is portable drawing tablets are just so convenient, right? Have you tried traveling with all your paints? Like, you know, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but, you know, just taking your drawing tablet in your laptop, or if you have an iPad or a Samsung tablet, just grabbing it, putting it on your bag, and just going is so much faster and convenient. And it goes back to number 2. It's just trad art is just much slower. Now I have seen people that take their, you know, their like color, their watercolor and acrylic paint, and they carry it in a bag. But man, like, you can't just pack up and go. You really have to clean up after you're done. It's crazy. And I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore. No, because when you're working, when it comes to work, you know, you have to do things that are convenient to you, right? You have to do things that that will help you be more efficient. And I'm not trying to hate on traditional art, because I still do draw with a pen and paper, pencil and paper, but it's just the convenience is absolutely undeniable. You know, you pick up your tablet. You do what you have to do much faster. You can hit the back button, do all of that. And when you're done, you just turn off the power, throw it in your bag, and go. You can't do that with acrylic paint. You can't do that with oil paints. You have to clean up all that stuff when you're done. And then you got to clean up all your brushes. And yeah, it's just, traditional art is just messy. So it's not something that's very portable that you can just take everywhere. You really have to set up a station somewhere. Well, if it's at home or an office that you open, you really have to set up a station. And yeah, it's not very mobile. Let's just say it's not very portable. And 5th and final reason is that you have, you know, with digital art, you have more tools and less things to buy. Now look, I will admit, when it comes to traditional art, it's easier to get started because all you really need is a drawing book, right? Paper, pencil, maybe like an ink pen, and that's it. You can just get started. And to be fair, color pencils, watercolor, acrylic is actually more affordable than, let's say, if you want to get yourself an iPad. So if you want an iPad or a drawing tablet like a Samsung Galaxy Tab 8, Samsung Galaxy Tab 9, something like that, it's not that easy. You know, you're gonna have to spend upfront anywhere near like $500 to $1,000. If you want the really good ones, you're gonna have to spend like nearly $1,000. Especially now, if you want the Samsung tablet that's like 14 inches, right? And those are my favorite ones. You gotta throw out cuff out over $1,000. It's not cheap, but is once you get the tool, once you get the digital tablet, the drawing tablet, there are you have more tools available to you, right? More tools available to you to help you work more efficiently, help you work much faster, and less things to buy. Because when you're doing traditional art, you gotta buy all these things. You gotta buy like 10 different brushes, the notepads, the papers, different types of size paper, all that stuff. And when you work digitally, you really only have to worry about your tablet. Now, for digital art, if your tablet messes up, then you gotta basically get a brand new one. But you really only need your tablet, and all your pencils, brushes, all that stuff, textures, they're all in there. And buying them on the internet is very cheap, very affordable, and it's all that you can. It's so convenient. The convenience is absolutely undeniable with digital art. And there you go, guys. Those are the 5 reasons why many artists are choosing digital art over traditional art. What do you think? Make sure to comment below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Guys, it's your boy Andy Arts. And subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next art video. Godspeed, baby.